Hello dear viewers of our channel. Today's video is about the history of the origin of money. Please, the Pastology channel is created for you and from you. Like and subscribe. Money is a universal measure of value. Everyone is familiar with this medium of exchange. In ancient times, shells or furs were used as currency. Today, people don't even need to carry banknotes. A plastic card or smartphone is enough to make a purchase. However, not everyone is familiar with the detailed history of how money came to be. Initially, people engaged in barter trade without using money. They simply exchanged one commodity for another. However, universal equivalents later began to emerge. These varied depending on where they originated. For example, in Mexico, people used cocoa beans, while in Alaska, they used animal skins. 910. When paper banknotes first appeared in China, the history of the emergence of currency is clearly linked to the need for systematization. Initially, nomadic tribes did not require a universal equivalent. Commodity relations were sufficient for them, so people used simple barter. However, as the population increased, it became necessary to introduce a universal equivalent. It is not known for certain who came up with this idea. Moreover, people used various items as money. During the era of barter, it was difficult for people to remember each other's debts. Before writing and complex counting systems, ancient tribes decided to use pebbles or beautiful seashells as money. They were used as a method of remembering debts. The exact year in which money appeared is unknown. Nevertheless, this register system, which vaguely resembled monetary transactions, soon became widespread. Many tribes still use shells as money. However, this option is only suitable for small communities. As larger social groups emerged, stone coins lost their relevance. People developed a need for a universal material. The world first began using money in ancient Greece. It was there that monetary systems were invented, each with its own unique characteristics. The history of the emergence of money begins with the Milesian system. It was devised in the wealthiest city of Ionia, which had dozens of colonies. This occurred between the 7th and 5th centuries BC. Subsequently, Phocaea developed its own mint and monetary system. These early systems were based on gold. They were distinguished by a division into coins of higher and lower value. This gradation was based on the weight of the coin. When Alexander the Great came to power, the Milesian and Phocaean systems were replaced by gold coinage. Thanks to the innovations adopted at this time, a common currency began to circulate throughout Greece. It is noteworthy that in Eastern Europe, this did not occur until the 7th century. Greece created a kind of Rubicon for the transition from barter to the modern system of buying and selling using money. While other countries certainly contributed to the development of money, it was in ancient Greece that it emerged. The Roman Empire invented the use of gold as money in the form of stamped objects of a round shape. The concept of coin also appeared during this period. It was associated with the goddess Juno, who patronized merchants. This universal currency was widespread throughout the Roman Empire. Basically, gold coins cost the same as the material used to make them. Therefore, such coins retained their value for a long time. The precious metal was universally accepted. As a result, gold coins were used as a common currency throughout the world. This situation continued until the 20th century. However, counterfeiting was severely punished. In addition to the Milesian and Phocaean systems described above, which used gold for coinage, there were other options that used silver. These also included the Egimite and Euboean systems. In addition, coins were minted from electrum, an alloy of gold and silver. Later, coins began to be made from copper and bronze. Aluminium and nickel were also used. Coin production technology struggled to keep up with the growing demand for financing. Initially, casting was used for this purpose. Later, hand stamping was used, and then machine minting. Only sovereign states could issue money. They determined the type of metal used, the weight of the coins, and the value of the materials at their discretion. This policy was called the coinage regalia. Violation of these rules was considered a serious crime. As monetary systems developed, other forms of currency began to be introduced. This led to the origin of paper money. Paper money was created in China. For several thousand years, it was used only in that country and its satellites. In the 15th century, Johannes Gutenberg invented printing. This is why the value of paper increased in European countries. Over time, the printing press began to be used to produce banknotes. In addition to the key advantages of paper money, there were also some disadvantages. Such banknotes are more susceptible to inflation because, unlike precious metals, they only represent a denomination of value. To combat widespread counterfeiting, people had to develop higher levels of security. Many countries use watermarks for security purposes. Raised symbols, which change colour depending on the angle of the banknote, are also used for this purpose. After the creation of paper banknotes, central authorities were needed to assume the function of producing and controlling money circulation. These authorities became central banks. Initially, there was no distinction between state and commercial financial institutions. But as the monetary system developed, the centralization of money issuance became apparent. Central banks played a key role in this process. Initially, this term was used only for financial institutions located in large cities, primarily capital cities. Only in the 19th century did the term central bank come to be used for institutions with special powers to issue money. As the economy developed, the need for other forms of currency arose. This led to the emergence of electronic money. Today, electronic money is considered a separate category, just like traditional banknotes. It is a storage and transmission system using computer networks and stored value systems for traditional and non-state private currencies. The first mentions of such a currency are found in the United States and date back to 1918. It was then that Americans successfully carried out the first money transfer via telegraph. 50 years later, a special clearinghouse was created for the first time, providing electronic services. Using personal checks, people could conduct financial transactions remotely. In the 1960s and 1970s, money was stored on PCs in registers and spreadsheets. Bank cards came into use in the 1980s. Another decade later, electronic wallets began to appear. Money stored in virtual accounts cannot be withdrawn into cash. They are considered non-fiat. Why use such funds? They can only be used to pay for electronic services. Money originated in ancient times and has undergone many improvements since then. Today, traditional banknotes are being replaced by virtual payment units, which are much easier and faster to use. The most important thing for you is not the form of money, but the presence of money. The Pastalogy channel wishes you always have plenty of money. If you liked the video, press the like and subscribe button and share the video with your friends. Write in the comments what historical topics interest you. The Pastalogy channel creates for you. Thank you for your trust.